Hey Evelyn, welcome to WFX. Great to have you here.
Thanks, Rufan. It's always nice to see
Great.
you.
So tell us a little more about Spell and your role at Spell.
So I'm head of operations at SPELL.
Okay.
We are a Bohemian fashion brand, and we're based in Byron Bay. We're about a 13-year-old business, and there's about 55 of us in the office,
Wow.
and a very robust design and creative team of
Right.
about 25. Yeah.
Fantastic. So what were the main business issues you were trying to resolve by using a PLM system when you started looking for WFX?
I think, first and foremost, I really wanted to, coming from a production supply chain background, it was critical that I kept my timelines in check. So
Mm-hmm.
the critical path, keeping
Yeah.
track of where the milestones that we're hitting, and highlighting some
Right.
problems early in the piece so that we're able to find the best solution, as opposed to, hitting a roadblock at the end, and then we're pretty much in a bad situation. That was the very, very first reason.
Right.
And, the subsequent benefits include just having all our information in one place, being able to work in real time. When we hit COVID and everyone was working from home,
Right.
we were all
Yeah.
um, working on the system together and still being kept up to date.
Sure.
So yeah, there were really, really key benefits for the company, and a substantial change in work practices for us.
Fantastic. So, at the end of the day, after implementing WFX, do you think WFX has been able to bring a positive transformation in your processes
Yeah,
and
for
business?
sure, without a doubt. I think it was, as with all systems, it takes a while to reap all the benefits, and I know that WFX will continue to wheel out more functionalities. So
Sure.
it's a ever growing
Right.
program that we will continue to gain from. But yeah, definitely, I think so. We've been users now for, I believe, 6 years or so.
Yeah, a little
Yeah, it
more than
was
6 years.
pre-COVID,
Yeah.
so 6 to 7 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, totally. It's increased our productivity, our efficiency, accuracy. So, they sound like pretty good things to me.
Great to hear we've been able to help.
Yeah.
And so, speaking of functionality in WFX PLM, what are the top three or two to three top features you like in WFX the most?
Again, from my background, the time and action,
Mm-hmm.
the critical path, and being able to track your milestones and see where you are far behind, or,
Yeah.
in best case scenarios, far ahead.
Right.
Um, and the supply portal is obviously, really crucial
Sure.
for to kind of keep our communications in one
Right.
platform. And look, I think the costing module is a
Mm-hmm.
pretty strong aspect of the program.
Right.
And again, similar to other functionalities, we're continually improving and making sure we're using it to the best of
Sure.
its functionality. So, we're midway through that piece, but it's been a really exciting module for us to dive into.
Great.
Yeah.
And after using WFX, do you think the program has made working in a system more efficient for your team and your communication more streamlined with your supply chain?
Yeah, so prior to WFX, we were doing Excel, so we never
Yeah,
worked with the system.
right.
Yeah, it's great. It's I don't think we would ever not use WFX anymore. And the communication within the team, and being able to even guide
Yeah,
kind of our work in progress meetings, our weekly catch ups, having that TNA in front of us allows us to
sure.
um, talk and discuss things that matter, and that are kind of top of the list. And of course, with our suppliers,
Right.
yeah, again, then, there's no point in us being on one timeline and them on another. So, for us to be together just makes
Right,
sense.
so finally, Evelyn, what would you say to a customer or a brand who's looking for a PLM solution? What would you recommend them about WFX?
Look, I would, every business has its own gaps they need to fill. I guess what I would recommend and boast about WFX is its its functionality in costing and
Mm-hmm.
keeping our eye on the price, with our margins and our
Yeah,
negotiations, keeping our collections tight, understanding, the product matrix of each collection. So all that falls in the costing module, and I think that's a very powerful tool that, you know, you can't achieve that using Excel.
okay.
Um, and on top of that, I think when you have a system that the whole team is working together, it just makes the decision making really cohesive, as opposed to working on different kind of tech packs here and negotiations in a different platform and so on. So it's allowed our team to really kind of be on the same discussion points, and have open communication internally with our team, and also open communications with our suppliers. So I guess as a recommendation to any label that wants to do WFX is identify your top 3 issues that you're having, and I'm confident that WFX can be a solution to that, and just ensure that those 3 gaps are filled before you look to the other functionalities.
Beautiful. Thank you for your thoughts, Evelyn, and great having you here again.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
your time. Thank
Thanks
you
very much.